Norah O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. President. The world leaders here have stressed growth, the importance of growth, and yet growth back at home has been anemic. The new jobs report today showing just 88,000 jobs added. The Republicans in Congress have made it clear that they're going to block your jobs bill because they believe the tax hikes in it hurt small businesses. At what point do you feel that you declare stalemate to try and reach common ground? And do you feel like you have been an effective leader when it comes to the economy?
First of all, wherever Republicans indicate an interest in doing things that would actually grow the economy, I'm right there with them. So they've said that passing trade bills with South Korea and Panama and Colombia would help spur growth. Those got done with significant bipartisan support. They've suggested that we need to reform our patent laws. That's something that was part of my long-term program for economic growth. We've got that done. What I've said is all those things are nice and they're important, but if we want to grow the economy right now, then we have to think bigger. We've got to do something bolder and more significant. So we put forward the American Jobs Act, which contains ideas that are historically supported by Democrats and Republicans, like rebuilding our infrastructure, our roads and our bridges, putting teachers back in the classroom, providing tax credits to small businesses. You say, Norah, that the reason they haven't voted for them is because they don't want to tax small business. Well, actually, that's not. If that's their rationale, then it doesn't fly, because the bill that they voted down yesterday, a component of the American Jobs Bill, essentially said we can create hundreds of thousands of jobs, rebuilding our infrastructure, making America more competitive, and the entire program will be paid for by a tax not on millionaires, but people making $1 million a year or more, which in the United States is about a little over 300,000 people. Now, there aren't a lot of small businesses across the country that are making that kind of money. In fact, less than 3% of small businesses make more than $250,000 a year. So, what they've said is we prefer to protect 300,000 people rather than put hundreds of thousands of people back to work and benefit 300 million Americans who are hurting because of low growth. So we're going to keep on pushing. Now, there are steps that we can take absent congressional action. And the refinancing proposal that we put forward in Las Vegas is an example of that, helping students with student loans. We're going to keep on rolling out administrative steps that we can take that strengthen the economy. But if we're going to do something big to jumpstart the economy at a time when it's stabilized but unemployment is way too high, Congress is going to need to act. And in terms of my track record on the economy, here's just a simple way of thinking about it. When I came into office, the U.S. Economy had contracted by 9%, the largest contraction since the Great Depression. A little over a year later, the economy was growing by 4%, and it's been growing ever since. Now, is that good enough? Absolutely not. We've got to do more. As soon as I get some signal from Congress that they're willing to take their responsibilities seriously, I think we can do more. But that's going to require them to break out of the rigid ideological positions that they've been taking. And the same is true, by the way, when it comes to deficit reduction. We can solve all our problems. We can grow our economy now, put people back to work, reduce our deficit. And you get surprising consensus from economists about how to do it, from both the left and the right. It's just a matter of setting politics aside and constantly remembering that the election is 1 year away. If we do that, there's no reason why we can't solve these problems. All right?